Hey there YouTube, Wrestling Optimus here, back with my predictions spectacular for the Showcase of the Immortals, Wrestlemania! My Pickled Championship is on the line across 2 action-packed nights of competition, so let's dive right into this massive card. But first, if you're new here, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more pro wrestling and action figure content. Now, let's make some picks. Starting off on night 1 is a women's tag team turmoil match between the Riot Squad, Naomi and Lana, Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke, Natalya and Tamina, and Carmella and Billie Kay. The winner gets to face Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax on night 2 for the tag titles. Wow, there's a lot to process here. The only real team is the Riot Squad, who I like, but they've had multiple shots and blown them all. Neither Lana nor Billie Kay are taken seriously enough for their respective teams to win, and although Mandy and Dana are intriguing, I think I'm gonna go with the veterans, Natalya and Tamina. Nobody's Mina. Seth Rollins takes on Cesaro in his first ever WrestleMania singles match. That's the real story here, not whatever ridiculous swinging angle they're doing on TV. The Swiss Superman has been getting a big push lately, so I'm taking Cesaro. Braun Strowman takes on Shane McMahon inside a steel cage. This feud has been horrible and centers around Shane calling Braun stupid because brains over brawn. Get it? The monster among men obliterates Shane and we never speak of this again. The New Day defends their Raw Tag Team titles against AJ Styles and his gigantic personal bodyguard, Omos. I love the New Day, but they've had so many title reigns I've literally lost count. So I say put a belt on the 7-footer and see what he can do under AJ's tutelage. International Latin recording superstar Bad Bunny, who I had no idea existed before all of this, teams with fellow Puerto Rican Damian Priest to take on The Miz and Morrison. At least we got a mildly funny music video out of this feud. Check out Hey Hey Hop Hop. But in the end, the celebrity always wins, so I'm taking Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. The EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, takes on the boss, Sasha Banks, for her SmackDown Women's Championship. Don't get me wrong, Sasha's had a great run, but Bianca has all the momentum here. She gets her WrestleMania moment, winning the title as she celebrates with her real-life husband, Montez Ford of the Street Profits, in the ring. In what's been billed as the main event for Night 1, the almighty Bobby Lashley defends his WWE Championship against the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre. I'm really torn on this one. Rumor has it Brock Lesnar might be coming back soon, and a match between him and Bobby for the title would be a license to print money. On the other hand, Drew was denied his WrestleMania moment in front of fans last year due to COVID, and this was always seen as his chance at a do-over. I've learned to never trust Brock Lesnar, so I'm going with Drew McIntyre, and hopefully I don't regret it. On night 2, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax take on the winners of the Women's Tag Team Turmoil match. I have Natalya and Tamina for that, and it's only because the current champs have held onto those belts for so long that I'm picking them to win here as well. Lifelong best friends Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn square off yet again in a match that I shit you not will involve Logan Paul somehow. Sami has been making a documentary about the conspiracy by WWE to keep him down, and not only will he be debuting it at the grandest stage of them all, but I think he'll find a way to outsmart the powers that be and defeat KO as well. And if not, then I blame aliens. Randy Orton set The Fiend on fire all the way back at TLC in December. To sell his apparent death, The Fiend disappeared for a while as Alexa Bliss screwed with Randy's head, and apparently developed magical powers. A charbroiled version of the Murder Clown emerged at Fastlane and is set to take on Randy in what should mercifully be the end of this feud. I have no clue what's going to happen, but somehow The Fiend wins. Matt Riddle defends his United States Championship against Sheamus next. It's weird because Vince has always been very anti-weed, but he seems to love Riddle's stoner personality. Sheamus has been losing a lot recently and needs a win, but I just don't see it coming here. the king of bros, retains. Apollo Crews challenged Big E to a Nigerian drum fight for his Intercontinental Championship after rediscovering his legitimate African royal heritage. Unfortunately, it's being reported that even WWE officials haven't figured out what the hell a Nigerian drum fight is yet, so we're flying blind on this one. Now, apparently Apollo has lost 6 times in a row to Big E for the Intercontinental title, and I think this makes lucky number 7. Etor retains in his hometown of Tampa. For the second year in a row, Rhea Ripley finds herself challenging for a women's title at WrestleMania, this time against current Raw champion Asuka. I firmly believe it's the dawning of a new era for the women's division, so just like with Bianca Belair, I think Rhea Ripley dethrones the Empress of Tomorrow and finally gets her WrestleMania moment. Last but not least, in the main event we get a triple threat match for the Universal Championship. Your Tribal Chief Roman Reigns defends against Daniel Bryan and Edge, each of whom have a tremendous backstory on how they got here and why they deserve to win. I don't think Roman will retain, but I also don't think he'll be involved in the decision in order to protect him. That leaves Edge and Bryan. This is hard, but Daniel Bryan already got a title run under his eco-warrior persona. So even though it's not necessarily what I want to happen, I'm going with Edge to bring his Royal Rumble victory full circle on the 10-year anniversary to the day of being forced to retire from wrestling. Talk about a WrestleMania moment. Alright, those are all my predictions for WrestleMania 2021. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know who you have winning in the comments down below. I'll be back on Monday with an epic action figure review of the show, and again on Thursday with my review of AEW Dynamite. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to do all that normal YouTube stuff. Smash the like button, share with any wrestling or action figure fans you may know, subscribe to the channel, and spread the word. You can also talk to me over on Twitter at WrestlingOptimus, or see all my best figure photography over on Instagram at WrestlingOptimus. If you haven't seen my recap of WrestleMania week so far, you can check that out right here. But until next time, I've been Wrestling Optimus, and I'll catch you later.